Hey guys! If you are interested in real estate investing, you would want to know these rules. It's the 1% rule, 50% rule, and 70% rule. I will go over these in this video. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Cue the intro. Oops! Wrong button, here we go, cue the intro. What is the 1% rule? This is a rule of thumb that you can use quickly to determine if it's an investment property is worth looking at. If the monthly rent for a property is at least 1% of the purchase price, then it meets the 1% rule. For example, if a property's purchase price is $200,000, 1% of $200,000 is $2,000. So you can see if the monthly rent for this property is at least $2,000. The idea is that if the monthly rent is at least 1% of the purchase price, there is a good potential that the property will provide a positive cash flow. If the monthly rent is less than 1% of the purchase price, the property will probably have a hard time generating positive cash flow. So, if positive cash flow is your priority, then you can use this 1% rule to quickly sort out properties. Next we have the 50% rule. This rule of thumb says that about 50% of the monthly rent will go to expenses. The expenses include things like property tax, insurance, utilities, vacancy, repairs, capital expense, and property management. To learn more about operating expenses, you can view my previous videos on calculating numbers on a rental property and how to become a millionaire through real estate investing. Part of the 50% does not include mortgage payments. This is very important, so I'll repeat it again, part of the 50% does not include mortgage payments. So continuing with the $2,000 monthly rent, the 50% rule states that about 50% of $2,000, or $1,000, will go towards expenses each month. This leaves $1,000 to pay for mortgage payment and the remaining is the cash flow. Last one is the 70% rule. If you are interested in flipping a house, which means you buy a house, then remodel, then put it on the market to sell for a profit, then you would want to know the 70% rule. The 70% rule says that the purchase price for this house should be 70% of the ARV, after repair value, which is the price the house can be sold for after remodel is completed, minus the cost for the remodel. So if a house can be sold for $300,000, and the remodel cost is $50,000, you would take 70% of $300,000, which is $210,000, minus $50,000 for remodel cost, and that gives you $160,000. This rule of thumb says that this house can be purchased up to $160,000 to meet the 70% rule. The remaining 30% is to cover things like holding costs, closing costs, title company, other selling costs, attorney fees, processing fees, and of course, the profit. So now you know the 3 rule of thumbs. Go invest! Now! Just kidding! These are rules of thumbs for a reason. It gives you a good starting point in reference to evaluate a deal. There are many variables that can affect the cash flow or returns. Different areas in the country have different property tax, insurance rate, and maybe different closing costs. If one charges $1,000 for closing costs versus $5,000 for closing costs in a different area, that changes the number quite a bit. With these rule of thumbs, you can quickly rule out the deals that do not make sense, and dig deeper and evaluate the deals that meet the rule of thumb. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe, and smash that notification bell. Cue the music!
If you like this video, please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell.